Hello guys, my name is Hollow Nightmares and today we're going to keep playing Doki Doki Blue Skies, episode 15. Oh god, thank god, I didn't lose the save file. I'm saying thank god because let's say I just made a mistake. I accidentally deleted my documents, but luckily I had a backup of everything. Anyways, let's jump back into it, where there is Mom. It won't be all doom and gloom. You'll have days where things will be normal, days where she really isn't faking her mood. But then you'll also have days where she won't have the energy to get out of bed. Days where she just won't feel like talking to anyone. And it's really important that you're as patient and understanding as you can be during those days. Oh, and communication's a big one. That goes for any relationship, really. It sounds really obvious, but talk to her. Let her tell you about how she sees the world and what her thoughts, feelings, and fears are. There's gonna be problems, there's gonna be fights. Those are healthy and part of any relationship. If something's bugging you or someone's bothering her, just talk it out. Communication is the key to a successful relationship, believe me. I can't help but laugh. You sound like one of those relationship gurus. It's a mother's job to guide her children, you know. As an aside, okay, never underestimate how helpful it can be just to listen to someone's problems and worries. Just having someone listen can be so helpful, more than you could ever realize. Funny you mentioned that because I was going to ask if Sayori should see a therapist or a doctor. Yes, I think that'd probably be for the best. Although things like therapy and medication don't always work for everyone, it's tempting to see it as a magical fix, but just remember it'll take time. There's so much more I want to discuss, but unfortunately, you caught me at a really bad time. It's times like these in particular that I feel awful for not being around. It'd be really nice to see you, Mom. I'm really hoping I can come to visit you soon. And for what it's worth, you're much stronger than you realize, and I'm proud of you. Very proud, okay? Just remember that, okay? I'll try. Give it a day or two before you talk to her. By the way, I think she'll need a bit of time to cool off. I'm sure that if you apologize for getting hangry and rationally explain your side of things, she'll come around. She never struck me as a girl who could hold a grudge. Emotions were running high from what I can gather, so she'll understand it. And I know it seems really bleak right now, but it'll be okay, Hollow. I just know it. I really hope so, Mom. Just remember that your support will be just as important as what a doctor or therapist can offer her. You've really got such a big heart. Show her just how big that heart really is. I love you. Love you too, Mom. And thanks for everything. Anytime, ring me whenever you need help, okay? Click. Wearily, I flopped out onto the sofa. Wait, you have a sofa in your bedroom? Feels like such a lot. Feels like such a lot happened in a short space of time. I just hope Sayori and I can patch things up. The next day, skip. Okay. Man, am I glad. Again, I'm silent because of the music. Either something bad is gonna happen or something good is gonna happen. Au revoir. Let's go. Man, am I glad that it is Saturday today. There would be no chance in hell that I'd be able to concentrate if today were a school day. A revelation keeps replaying over and over in my mind. Dude, forget it. Just concentrate on trying to help her, not concentrate in knowing what depression is. Depression. A nasty sounding word, and in some ways quite foreign. I guess I was kind of sheltered. Prior to Sayori, I never knew any people with the condition. It was something I was, of course, aware of, but I had never paid any real thoughts to it. I mean, I knew what it was. Psychology has always been at least vaguely interesting to me, but I never really saw reason to look into it. And Sayori said that she's been depressed for most of her life. So I can't help but wonder, when did it all develop? What caused it? Was she bullied? Or did a close friend or family member die? There are so many things I want to ask her right now. There's one reason why she got depression. Coding. But as mom said, it's best to give Sayori some time to cool off. The developers, some time to cool off. I'll give it a couple of days. Besides, I've got a lot of homework to be getting on with. Well, that's Sakurai out of the way first. Man, the end of the war really had a huge effects on the world. It's time for a break, I reckon. What to play, what to play. It really is a first world problem to have so many games available, but still not know what to play. That is very, very relatable. A colorful looking title catches my eye. What's it called? Man, not even the escapism from video games is doing the trick. What's the name of the game? Whatever. Perhaps I should go for a walk instead? Being cooped up indoors probably isn't doing any favors for my health. Mom used to harp on about the importance of fresh air. Just open your window and then you're gonna be okay. I stand up and stretch, wearily rubbing my neck. And some fresh air wouldn't go amiss. At this point in the day, the park is rather quiet. Not as many people come to this park anyway, which is a shame, because this part is arguably the prettiest thanks to the lake. Being the middle of November, there is a definite chill in the air, although I'm wrapped up warm so I can barely feel it. There's a comfortable lull in the air, especially after overwhelming nature of last night. The silence is a perfect antidote, being therapeutic and calm. Sure, I have the house to myself, but there's no substitute for fresh, cool air. Maybe my parents were right when they kept up that healthy body, healthy mind mantra. As calm as the atmosphere is, it's not doing much for the whirlwind in my mind. Looking back, how could I have been so stupid? How did I miss all the signs? Am I really that dense? Thinking about it, the fairy tale poem makes so much sense now. The selflessness, the devotion to keep others happy, regardless of our own mental state. Yeah, I kinda picked that up right on the beginning. The signs were all there, struggling to wake up on time, which explains why she was always late. Then the nightmare. When she finally told me her most painful secret, how did I respond? By shouting at her and making her cry. Great friend you are, Hollow. No wonder she didn't even want to tell me in the first place. I was so pushy, so demanding, yet when she told me, instead of being empathetic and understanding, actually I can already picture this. Her crying with her hands on her face, and MC just going there, why? Why did you not tell me? Just like the Invincible meme. Think, Mark, think. I like that meme. I did the exact opposite. It wouldn't even surprise me if she didn't want to be friends anymore. Would she ever forgive me? Although whether she should or not is a whole other question. Even if she did forgive me, what could I even what could I even do about her depression? Her self-perception seems so cemented. Ooh. Would I be making things worse by getting involved? Or would I be able to help her? I don't know. Maybe as the entity on the air. Yes, you can help her. Being a normal teenage guy. Are you 18 or 17, damn it? Fine. Being a normal teenage guy doesn't really afford me much sensibility. Even though it might sound a bit melodramatic, I can't help but feel like I barely even know Sayori anymore. How much of her happiness is just a mask? It can't be all of it. Hello? Being so lost in my thoughts, I didn't. Oh, it's Yuri. Hello. Being so lost in my thoughts, I didn't even notice Yuri's presence. Oh, hey, Yuri. I didn't see you there. I'm not bothering you, am I? You look rather deep in thought. Oh, you're fine. Would be nice to have some company, actually. He smiles shyly and takes a seat next to me. The accompanying silence is not awkward in the slightest, which surprises me. Then again, Yuri is no stranger to deep thoughts herself, and she's definitely used to be reflective and quiet. I didn't expect you to see you here. Didn't expect me to come to a quiet park when it's dark, especially in the middle of winter, huh? Not really, no. The dark and the cold combined tend to put most people off. If you don't mind asking, what brings you here? Well, there's a lot on my mind, and I figured some fresh air would do me good, you know. Ah, I see. Perhaps we're more alike than I first imagined. Whenever I'm troubled by something, I always find a quiet period of reflection in the evening can be really helpful. Something about the stillness of the night. It's much easier to think when you're in an environment such as this one. Yeah, it is. Especially when you're feeling overwhelmed. It helps just to take a step back and breathe. I've actually known this park for as long as I can remember. My parents used to take Sayori and I hear all the time countless memories throughout the years. That sounds wonderful, Hollow. To be able to share such happy times with someone as you both grew up. Although I'm curious, given how much time you two seem to spend with one another, I would have thought Sayori would be with you now. I looked down momentarily, poking a twig with my shoe. Well, we kinda had a fight. Oh, that comes quite a surprise, given how close you two seem to be. Then again, I suppose it's inevitable that fights occur between people, no matter their dynamics. Yuri starts fiddling with her hair. Not, not that I mean to pry, but may I ask why you had a fight in the first place? I grimace as I reply. As much as I enjoy talking to you and appreciate your company here, there's no way I can reveal Sayori's secret to her. It's not that I don't want to tell you, and it's nothing personal. I understand completely, Hollow. I suppose it was a rather personal question. She just told me something really private, and that horrible familiar feeling of shame bubbles up whenever I recount how I reacted to her confession. I didn't take it very well, and I said some really stupid stuff. I got angry at her and I shouted at her. I'm an awful friend. I leaned forwards, burying my face in my hands. There's an awkward, heavy silence for a few moments. Hollow, I know that I haven't known you for as long as Sayori has, but please believe me when I say you're not an awful friend. I don't know what was said between you two, but everyone says things they don't mean during arguments, especially when tensions are running high. That's something my parents once told me, and it really is true. If you two had an argument with Natsuki back in September, wait, if you take my argument with Natsuki back in September, in the heat of the moment, I said some rather hurtful things. However, I didn't actually mean them, and I'm fairly confident that Natsuki feels the same way too. Please don't be too hard on yourself. I can tell that Sayori means a lot to you, and you're ever so patient and kind with her. If I may be so bold to say, perhaps you don't realize it, but you do a lot for her. Little things such as walking to school with her in the mornings, and walking her home in the afternoons. But most importantly, whenever she's feeling sad, you take it upon yourself to find out what's wrong so you can comfort her. We can all see that your care and consideration for her shines like a beacon. Yeah, that's all well and good and all. But I still hurt her really badly. Friends always hurt each other, Hollow. It's just an unfortunate reality of being human. From what I can gather, she isn't someone who could hold a grudge. So whatever issue there is between you guys, I'm confident you'll be able to sort it out. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound presumptuous or anything. Ugh. You're not being presumptuous in the slightest, Yuri. Your insight has been really refreshing. I still feel bad, but you've made me realize that perhaps things aren't as bleak as they seem. So thank you, seriously, it means a lot. You're really a good friend. Thank you, Hollow. I'm glad I was able to help. I can't help but grin. Yuri's shyness has always been endearing. especially as it clashes against your intelligent, mature outlook. Oh, so much. Anyway, I could ask you the same question. What brings you here? Well, it's okay. You don't have to disclose anything. I won't pry. But just know that if you ever need someone to talk, I'm here. And so are the other girls, okay? I remember how terrible, how horrible those people during the festival recital were to you, and I'd hate to think that you were suffering in silence or anything like that. Hollow, you truly are too kind. I very much appreciate your words, and I'm very glad that Sayori told you about our club. I know I said it back in September, but honestly, I'd say it again. I'm just grateful that you guys accepted me in with open arms. You didn't judge me because I wasn't a poet, nor did you ever laugh at how bad my poems were. I know they weren't particularly to your taste, but you still gave me good advice and feedback. Well, I believe that everyone should be included. No one deserves to be an outcast, irrespective of their hobbies. Everyone, right, interest or their writing ability. I just wish others would be as accepting and inclusive of those with interests that go against the norm. She nervously picking at her sleeves, almost pulling them up short over her hands. Well, for what it's worth, I think your interest in horror and taste in literature and poetry is pretty cool, Yuri. It makes for a nice change of discussion and gives you an interesting stuff to talk about. Like when you discuss Frankenstein's monster with me at lunchtime. I never really gave it much thought, but after you had that talk with me, it helped me realize that we shouldn't just take stuff at face value. Oh, and your poems are awesome. I hope that one day I'll be able to write to your level. That really means a lot. I'm glad you have such an open mind, Hollow. In this day and age, to find a mind so free of prejudice and misconception, it's truly a breath of fresh air. Thank you. Anyway, I don't mean to cut short our discussion, but unfortunately I have a lot of homework to be getting on with. Yeah, me too. Procrastination can only get you so far, eh? Catch you later, Yuri. Hope everything gets better. And you, Hollow. With a wave, we both depart. Skip. Well, that's a noise that gives me a headache. Beep beep, beep beep. Another day at school. At least it's mid-November now, so the Christmas break isn't too far off. After finishing my morning route, I head outside, tentatively waiting for Sayori. His words were helpful, but I was naive to think things would just go back to normal. There's no sign of Sayori, and I feel like texting her is off the table. With a sigh, I make the journey to school alone. No, pendejo! You could have checked on her. Well, okay, never mind. Yes, I spoke Spanish, thank you. Learning about the interway years should by all means be interesting. Even with Sakurai's enthusiasm and humor injected into the lessons, I still can't find myself enthusiastic about the topics he's discussing. Despite my best efforts to remain occupied for over the weekend, the worry I have for Sayori was always there, lurking at the back of my mind. I hate the silence. Not being able to talk to someone you really want to talk to is crushing. Hollow. I don't suppose you'd be able to answer that question, huh? Please don't tell me that I'm such a boring teacher that you can't even pay attention. If word got out that I was sending my students into a stupor, I'd get fired on the spot. Although I'd probably do well in the hypnosis business. There's a light smattering of laughter. He is still looking at me expectantly, so I force a grin on my face. Sorry, sir, I didn't understand that question. Could you repeat it? He does, and so on, and I answer. He nods approvingly, although there's traces of concern on his feature. The rest of the lesson drags on, at what feels like a snail's pace. We're supposed to be taking notes from our textbook, out the textbook, and answering your question, but my mind has been on autopilot ever since I woke up this morning. By all accounts, the progress I've made has been pretty mediocre. Everything okay, Hollow? He keeps his voice low and quiet, crouching next to me. Wait. Sneaking plus 20. Well, it's +1, I guess. But still, you don't quite seem yourself today. Pardon me if that's an incorrect assessment. He motions towards my note. You're normally ahead of the game when it comes to classwork. Not that I mind too much. Everyone's allowed to slack now and again, right? He chuckles, but I barely even respond. Yeah, I'm good, sir. Sorry, just had a long weekend. Might as well attempt to stab at humor. And by weekend, no, I didn't mean staying up late playing video games. That's a shame. Those kind of weekends are the best ones. Anyway, just do your best for now. You've got a good grasp on the topics, so don't worry about it too much for now. Just make sure you know the material for December exams. Oh shit. That's the worst thing. Exams. I also do have exams this year. So yeah. Got it, sir. Thank you. Ugh. I was expecting some kind of stern telling off about my lack of progress. Bell's about to ring, everyone. We'll call it there. As I'm making my way outside, I spot a familiar white bow. Monica! Hey, hey, Hollow. About to head to lunch, huh? Yeah. I'm really sorry, but I won't be coming to the club today. She raises an eyebrow. Oh? Why is that? Being totally honest with you, I'm just not in the mood for it. There's just some stuff I need to sort out. And if I came, I don't think I'd be very good company anyway. She nods, but it's hard to read the expression on her face. Worry. And understanding. Okay. I always mistaken her voice with... I forgot the name of the teacher. Sakurai. Okay, that's understandable. By the way, you haven't seen Sayori around, have you? She didn't come to school today? Do you know why? Funny, she should ask that. No clue. Sorry. Strange. Well, I hope you sort out whatever it is that's bugging you soon. Thanks and sorry once again for bailing. It's okay. It'll be a quiet session today. I guess with the three of us. It'll be interesting to see what it's like anyway. Anyway, I've gotta go. See you around, Hollow. See ya. Oh my god, it's so hard. Well, hard to say. To change voices at the exact moment. Anyways, why do I get the nagging feeling that she's judging me for something? Oh well. Much like the walk to school, the return journey feels equally as empty. With another pang of guilt, I remember all of the little jibes I used to fire her away about being lazy and unable to get out of bed. Why is it that our brains are so good at reminding us of times we said or did anything we really regret? That's because you're forcing your brain to remember. A tiny voice of reason within tells me that I had no way of knowing why she struggled to get up on time. I mean, it's not like I set out to hurt her with my jokes. That's kind of playful banter, just characteristics of our friendship. I just wish I could believe the tiny voice of reason a little more. As I make my way to my house, I notice a figure sitting by my doorway. I roll my eyes up and suppress an urge to groan. I'm really not in any mood to deal with some religious nutter trying to get me to believe in God. Hey, believe in God, you. I'm a Christian, yes. Wait, hang on. That's Sayori? Sayori? Her head shoots up at the sound of my voice. What are you doing here? The sight in front of me is utterly unexpected. This looks good. This is beautiful. I'm not kidding. The new clothes looks beautiful. Plus the color, I think it's her favorite color. Something like that. The sight in front of me is utterly unexpected. Neither of us know what to say. The aftermath of our previous encounter still lingers in the air. I thought she was gonna, Can I come in? Yeah, sure. Thanks. After dumping my school stuff down, I turn to face her, and the awkwardness doesn't dissipate. There's so much I want to say, but I don't even know where to start. I'm really sorry, Hollow. Tears immediately filled Sayori's eyes, and the powerful desire to embrace her hits me once more. I really shouldn't have kicked you out like that. I've been so horrible to you, keeping you in the dark. I was just so scared, and the whole thing is just so confusing. No, Sayori, it's me who should be apologizing. I'm sorry for being so pushy, for shouting at you, and for being such a lousy friend. Lousy. I've been regretting how I acted on Friday ever since. Please don't hate me. Sayori tumbles into my arms, sobbing without restraint. I could never hate you, silly. You're my best friend. I was so scared that after our fight that I'd push you away. I can feel my heart breaks as she sobs and clings to me. Instinctively, I wrap my arms around her and hold her close. Sayori, you're so silly sometimes, you know that? You could never push me away. I'm your best friend. You're both putting yourselves in a friend zone. Literally, you're both in the friend cube. Although recently, I've been wondering if I deserve to be. Huh? Why? I shouted it at you. I made you cry. A few of my own tears have started to leak. With concern etched all over her face, she leans forward and carefully brushes a tear away. It's the last thing I wanted to do, and I hate myself for it. Hollow, it's okay. Looking back, I really can't blame you. It must have been so frustrating from your perspective. I just want things to go back to normal. Please, can we just put this all behind us? It's like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders just by hearing those words. Of course we can. And here was me thinking you didn't want to be friends anymore. I could never stay mad at you, Hollow. You mean too much to me. Can we agree that we're both a bunch of clowns and we're as bad as each other? Sir gives a watery smile. She clings to me a little harder. Eh, that sounds fair. Oh, to hear that laugh again. I'll always be here for you, okay? Even though I can be a dense idiot at the best of times. Of course! That will never change. She looks up, her eyes swimming with tears, even with tear marks all down her face and tousled hair. She still looks absolutely beautiful. You still have a crush for her, don't you? You really mean that? I gently thumb away one of her tears. Of course I do. She burrows her once more into my chest. It feels incredibly intimate to be able to hold her in this state of vulnerability. Man, don't be a pendejo. So that's why you waited outside my house? Yeah, I really wanted to see you, but I couldn't face school today, and I wasn't really sure. Wait, I wasn't sure if you even wanted to see me. Her voice is slightly muffled as talks into my shirt. It's kind of funny when you think about it. We both thought the other person didn't want to see us when we both really wanted to see each other. Aha, oh Sayori, what are we like? She giggles into my chest. At such a close distance, I can actually feel the vibration from her laughter. If you told me that she didn't think you were the kind of person to stay angry for longer. She looks up. Yuri? Yeah, I bumped into her over the weekend while I was at the park. Needed some fresh air at night. Don't worry, I didn't reveal much. I just told her we had a fight. She was really empathetic and understanding. Ah, that sounds like her. She's such a dependable friend. Anyway, I guess she's right. I hate conflict, and I don't like don't like staying angry at people. Well, that's super convenient for an idiot like me, isn't it? I was going to try and find you earlier, but I thought I should give it a little bit of time first. Well, at least we're here now, and I'm glad you came to find me. Are you guys going to become girlfriend and boyfriend right now? Come on, people. There's time to go here. And I'm super glad we made up. Oops, I got your shirt super wet. Sorry about that. All good. Not the first time you've spilled something on me now, is it? Oh, you mean that one time with... Hold up, Sayori. One time? Okay, you've made your point, meanie. We both share a laugh. And my god, does that That laugh feels good to hear. Whatever. Just like that, all of the tension and stress I've been carrying over the past few days has lessened. It's like I can finally breathe again. Anyway, look, Sayori, I had some time to think about what you told me on Friday. I'll be honest with you, I don't understand depression at all, and I can't imagine what you're going through. But what I do know is that I'll do my best to be there for you, even if it's just as a friend. I know you said you liked me too, but you weren't sure about your feelings. so we can go at whatever pace you want to go at, if you even want to go at all.
It's really frustrating because I do like you, Hollow. I really do. I just
She bites her lips anxiously.
I'd hate to drag you down, to get you involved with my mess.
I know you see it like that, Sayori, but I see it completely differently. No one is forcing me to make my decision. I'm choosing to get involved because I want to, because I like you, and I don't see you as a burden at all. Think of all the times where you've helped me feel better, or the other girls in the club. You're so good at keeping everyone's spirits high, breaking up fights, restoring peace. Would it really be so wrong for me to give something back to you? I know you don't see it, but to me, you're worth an awful lot, and I care about you so much.
But Hollow, there's so many other things, other people out there who are more worthy of your time.
None of those people are you, though. No one else on this planet could ever replace you. I grew up with you, Sayori, and you're my best friend for a reason. All of the happy memories we shared, the jokes, the stories, the adventures, I share them with you, and only you. You're such a big reason as to why my childhood was so happy.
Really?
Of course, we used to see each other like every day. Our parents used to say we were inseparable. And here we are now. Even after years apart, we get along like nothing ever happened. So believe me, when I say that you're very special to me, and you've got a heart of gold, whether you can see it or not.
Oh, Hollow.
She starts to sniffle again.
No one has ever said something like that to me before.
Well, I'm glad to be the first.
I'm still unsure, and it's really confusing, but your hugs are really comforting. They make me feel like everything might be okay, if just for a few moments. I know what you want me to say, but I don't know. I still feel like I'm being selfish, and I thought you liking me back would make the rain clouds in my head go away. It's like there's a little ray of sunshine now, but it's still raining.
Even though my mom told me depression was no quick fix, Sarah's words still disappoint me. Mom did say it wouldn't be easy. Guess I'm really starting to find out how difficult this can be. That's okay, Sayori. I guess it was naive for me to think I could just I would just come in and fix everything.
That would be nice though. I guess we could just start by taking everything really slowly. Like, could you not jump into going on official dates or telling everyone we're together just yet?
Of course, whatever pace you want to go with, like I said.
I'm not making the wrong choice, am I? Just please tell me if I'm being a burden, and I won't hold it against you if you didn't want to be with me anymore.
You don't have to worry about you don't have to worry that how many mistakes am I going to commit? You don't have to worry about that at all. Trust me. Although, as much as I like you, I don't want you going through with this just because it's what I want.
No, I kinda want it too.
Kinda.
I do want it. I just can't shake off the feeling that I'm not worth your time. And even though what you said just now really helped, feeling worthless is something I've felt for a long time. It's hard to shake off the feeling, but being with you, the rain clouds don't feel as bad.
It'll be okay, Sayori. I just know it will. I'll see you through the storm, and I'll be your umbrella.
That's actually one of the sweetest things you have ever said to me. Poetic too. Looks like the literature club is really rubbing off on you.
I know, right? I'll be definitely the next Shakespeare, just you wait. I think that'll happen in Neverland. The month called Never. Anyway, I guess it's the best that we're taking things slow because December exams are coming up. As much as I don't really want to, we should probably both be focusing on those.
Yeah, you're right. But once they're over,
I take her hand, locking her fingers with mine. We'll just have to wait, don't we? Anyway, speaking of work, I should probably get started with revision.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
I hold my arms out as we embrace once more. Oh, to be able to hold her close to me, inhaling her scent, playing with a strand of her hair. It's heaven. Oh lord. They're official now. Finally. I should have renamed my character to Horo since things. They're most relatable for me. Horoyoshi, my OC, and I always forget names. Sayori, they're both a lot relatable. But anyways, we stick with Hollow for now. It's heaven. Before I can stop myself, I plant a soft kiss on her forehead and break free, closing the door before my mind catches up to my lips. I swear I can hear a soft giggle as she closes the door behind her. Skip! That's beautiful. A mubbly.
Okay, everyone. We finished sharing poems a little earlier than usual today, so I guess we've got a little bit of free time before we have to pack away.
Then, don't know about you guys, but I'm super relieved that all of these exams are over. Yes, dating will start. In episode 16, I think, we're gonna get even more closer to Sayori. Wait, let me just make sure this thing is activated. Because I do not want any intimate thing. The past 2 weeks have been a blur of notes, frantic, last minute cramming, and a bucket load of stress. Student life in a nutshell. Exactly. That is very relatable, like,
Oh, got exams?
where you gonna get fucked up, boy? Thankfully, today marks the end of the assessments. It also didn't help that I was dying to spend more time with Sayori.
Me too. How did everyone's exams go?
Mixed bag, to be honest. Was never a huge fan of math, so that one definitely could have gone better.
Tell me about it. Physics wasn't much better. Coulomb's law, Ohm's law, Lenz's law.
I know Ohm's law and Coulomb's law, but I don't know Lenz yet. Ohm's law is about circuits, I think. Yeah. Delta U, that is... I forgot. But you have to calculate the resistance of the circuits. My teacher actually likes to make us draw the simple circuit to make us memorize it.
And I still don't get any of them.
Oh, come on, it's easy. Just memorize the formula and then you're gonna know. Like intensity, it's I. Delta U is volts. And R is resistance. There is also the performance, that is P. I think it's P. And after you're done, you put it in watts. I think that's heat of the circuit. Yeah.
Biology went pretty well though.
Yeah, I love biology. I principally love messing around with genetics. I love messing around with those types of things.
We are learning about the brain for this semester.
Ooh.
So many different parts, and they've all got funny names.
You gonna say penumbra?
Labeling it was tricky though.
It was fascinating to think that while we're learning about how brains work, our brains are active processing it all. Don't you think? Yeah, if you're a zombie, I'm not sure I understand. Zombies aren't capable of higher cognition and... Jeez, Yuri.
It's because they like to eat brains. It was a joke.
Oh, Yuri. Did you do well? I suppose my performance wasn't too bad. Come on, Yuri. We all know you're a real smarty pants. Oh, shit. Bet you aced like all of your subjects. Ooh. You really know how to put it on the spot, don't you, Natsuki? Anyway, to answer your question, Hollow, I'm definitely with you. I've never been a fan of exam season. The amount of stress involved, she rarely rubs her temples. You have to juggle academics with your extracurriculars, don't you?
High expectations don't make life any easier either.
Her face drops for a moment.
But that's enough of that. Why don't we have a Christmas party? Oh, like our Halloween one? That was so fun.
Pretty much like that, yes. That's a wonderful idea. A good way to see the year off. Yeah, okay. Can't see why not.
Yay!
Well, that's a pretty unanimous vote. You can host it around mine, by the way. I motioned towards Monica and Yuri, as I imagine you model students wouldn't want to break into school twice. You would be correct. Her stern visage betrays no humor. Looks like my joke didn't quite go to plan. Anyway, now that we've got all of that sorted, she quickly checks the clock. I'm going to have to get going, so now's a good time to call the session here. I'll see you guys at the party. Let's make a move, Sayori.
Okay, I'll see you guys later.
With a wave, we all pack away and got our separate ways. Date, skip. Yes, I'm very excited to see the date. By all I like the maraca. By all accounts, today would be a day I'd be spending with Sayori. After our club meeting, though, she texted everyone suggesting a secret Santa idea where we all buy each other presents. Funnily enough, I ended up with her as my Santa, which put a dampener on things. I was looking forward to Christmas shopping for her. As I didn't fancy going alone, I decided to message Yuri and see if she wanted to come with me. And I wasn't Yuri's Santa, she agreed. As I wasn't Yuri's Santa, she agreed. Although in typical Yuri fashion, she was quite surprised that I wanted to go shopping with her. Some things never change. So, any idea? Yo, shit. These clothes just get more impressive over time. So, any ideas what to get, Monica? I have some ideas, but nothing I'm truly certain on. Part of the downside of shopping for someone is that when you don't know them well, you can never be sure what they want. Simple, buy her a guitar. She'll have one more instrument to play in the damn free time. Jesus, piano, club leader, star student, what else? Lawnmower. Oh god. My humor is weird, I know, but still, I love myself. If it's any consolation, I don't really know what to get Sayori either. Truth be told, I've never been that great with presents. Maybe a new bow or some new clothes. A woman's clothing makes no sense to me. I've never really talked to Sayori about her fashion sense. Well, we have the entire day ahead of ourselves, Hollow. It would be sensible to look at the recipient's hobbies and go from there, wouldn't you think? Hopefully we'll be able to find something. I believe we're closer to Yuri than Natsuki. Yes, we are closer to Yuri than the Natsuki, but we're like literally on Sayori's personal business right now. At this time of the year, the streets are very busy. Seems like half of the entire town decided to go to do their Christmas shopping today. From the constant fiddling of her hair and the nervous look in her eyes, it's clear that Yuri isn't a fan of crowds. Yes, I have Sayori in my head, sorry. She's standing quite close to me, her eyes bouncing around whenever someone passes closer. You know, I've had an idea. Oh? Well, Monica plays the piano, right? So I'd imagine she'd be into music. Have you ever spoken to her about what kind of band she likes? Any musicians in particular? You know, now that you mention it. Yes, we had a discussion about her musical preferences before. While our tastes aren't exactly aligned completely, we both tend to appreciate music with thoughtful lyrics. She has a preference towards music that has lyrics with clever wordplay. If I recall correctly, she wasn't much of a rap fan, although she's begun to appreciate thought and effort that goes into rapping. Much like with poetry, lyrics can be a powerful way to express your thoughts and battles you're going through and the demons you face. The effect of music can be incredible, not just on the listener, but the artists themselves. Take the famous singer Freddie Mercury. I think I know them. Outside of the band, he was shy and actually rather introverted. What, really? I've always seen him as a flamboyant and confident when he was on stage. It was like he owned the whole room. But you see, that was only while he was on stage. As a performer, he was of course as bold, confident, and rambunctious as you may think. She stares off dreamily, lost in thought. Yuri. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. Anyways, yes, I think the music store would be the fine place to start. Let's make a move, shall we? Let us end the video here. We have achieved something we always wanted. Sayori dating Hollow. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. And for other religions, Allah and others, I don't know the names. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like. And if you guys want to watch more of my content, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in episode 60. Ta-ta!